Hello everyone, welcome to today's TOEFL reading session. We are going to dive deep into an academic passage, breaking it down step by step just like we would in a real university seminar. Our goal is to master identifying main ideas and understanding complex relationships between paragraphs to ensure you're fully prepared for test day. Let's get started. If you find these strategies helpful for your prep, be sure to subscribe to myTOEFL for more expert insights. Let's keep working together to reach your target score. The psychology of music and emotion. The title Psychology of Music and Emotion immediately signals that we will be exploring the mental and emotional processes triggered by sound. By using the word psychology, the author prepares the reader for a scientific analysis of how music and emotion are linked in the human mind. Music is a universal human phenomenon that transcends cultural boundaries and appears in every known society throughout history. This sentence introduces music as a universal human phenomenon, establishing a broad global context for the discussion. By stating it exists in every known society, the author emphasizes that music is an essential, inescapable part of human history. While the specific styles and instruments vary significantly, the emotional impact of melody and rhythm remains remarkably consistent. The author uses the transition while to contrast the diversity of musical styles with the remarkably consistent emotional responses humans share. This highlights that despite cultural differences, the underlying psychological impact remains the same. Neuroscientific studies have shown that listening to music activates the same reward centers in the brain as basic biological necessities like food. Here, the text provides a neuroscientific perspective to ground the discussion in physical evidence. Comparing music to basic biological necessities like food shows just how deeply the brain values musical experiences. This process involves the release of dopamine, a neurotransmitter associated with pleasure and motivation, which explains why certain songs can trigger intense emotional responses. This sentence explains the chemical mechanism of pleasure, specifically the release of dopamine. This academic vocabulary explains why we feel intense emotional responses when listening to our favorite tracks. By engaging both the auditory cortex and the limbic system, music bridges the gap between sensory perception and deep-seated feelings. By stating that music bridges the gap, the author concludes the paragraph by showing how the auditory cortex connects physical sound to our deepest feelings. It's a great summary of the biological-emotional link. The emotional resonance of music is often driven by structural elements such as tempo, harmony, and mode. As we move into the second paragraph, the author shifts focus to structural elements such as tempo. This indicates that the text will now analyze how specific parts of music creation drive emotion. Fast-paced rhythms are generally perceived as energizing or joyful, whereas slower tempos often evoke a sense of melancholy or reflection. The author provides a clear contrast. Fast-paced rhythms feel joyful, while slower tempos evoke melancholy. This example helps us understand how a composer's choices directly influence our mood. Some researchers argue that our emotional response to musical intervals is suggesting that the human brain is biologically predisposed to interpret certain sounds as inherently pleasant or discordant. The word innate is crucial here, suggesting that we are biologically predisposed to respond to sound. This means our emotional reactions to musical intervals might be built into our DNA rather than learned. However, music also functions by manipulating our expectations. When a composer skillfully delays a resolution or introduces a surprising chord, the brain experiences a heightened level of emotional tension. The transition, however, introduces a more complex idea, manipulating our expectations. The author explains that emotional tension is created when a composer skillfully delays the music's resolution. This interplay between what we expect to hear and what actually occurs creates a dynamic experience that keeps the listener cognitively engaged. This sentence highlights the interplay between what we hear and what we expect, noting that it keeps the listener cognitively engaged. It shows that music is an active mental process, not just a passive one. Beyond individual emotional experiences, music serves as a powerful tool for social cohesion and collective identity. The phrase "beyond individual emotional experiences" signals a major transition to social cohesion. The author is now expanding the scope from the individual brain to the entire community. In many cultures, music is inseparable from communal rituals, such as religious ceremonies, weddings, or celebratory dances. By mentioning communal rituals like religious ceremonies, the author illustrates how music is inseparable from the way societies function. These examples make the concept of social identity more concrete. Synchronizing movements to a shared beat has been shown to increase feelings of trust and cooperation among group members. The text links synchronizing movements to increase trust and cooperation. This explains the practical social benefit of group activities like dancing or singing together. From an evolutionary perspective, this ability to foster social bonding may have provided early human groups with a survival advantage by strengthening community ties. Taking an evolutionary perspective, the author suggests music gave early humans a survival advantage. This frames musical ability as a vital tool for community ties throughout history. While the exact origins of music remain a subject of debate, its enduring presence in human life suggests it is a fundamental component of our social and psychological development. Even though the origins are a subject of debate, the author concludes that music is a fundamental component of development. This final sentence reinforces the idea that music is deeply woven into the human experience. What is the passage mainly about? This question asks what the passage is mainly about. We need to find an option that covers the biological, structural, and social aspects discussed in all three paragraphs. Now, keeping this in mind, let's evaluate our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. The history of musical instruments across different civilizations. Option A mentions musical instruments, but the passage states that while they vary significantly, they are not the main focus of the text. We should eliminate this. Now, let's examine option B. The psychological and social functions of music on humans. This option covers both the psychological responses in the brain and the social functions in communities. It matches the overall structure of the passage perfectly, so let's keep it. Here's option C. Let's break it down. The cultural differences in musical notation and composition. While the text mentions cultural boundaries, it does not focus on specific notation and composition. This is a minor detail rather than the main idea, so we can eliminate it. Finally, let's look at option D. The biological benefits of learning to play a musical instrument. The passage discusses biological responses, but it doesn't specifically address the benefits of learning to play an instrument. This is a distractor, so eliminate it. The correct answer to this question is option B, since it effectively summarizes the passage's dual focus on individual psychology and group social dynamics. The word in paragraph 2 is closest in meaning to. This is a vocabulary in-context question for the word innate. We need to look for a synonym that matches the idea of being biologically predisposed, as mentioned in paragraph 2. Now, keeping this in mind, let's evaluate our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. Learned. The word learned is the opposite of innate. The passage suggests these responses are biological, not something acquired through experience. Eliminate this. Now, let's examine option B. This is to client, modern. While modern music exists, it doesn't describe an internal biological trait. This word doesn't fit the context of the sentence, so we can eliminate it. Here's option C. Let's break it down. Inborn. The word inborn means existing from birth, which perfectly matches the text's claim that our response is innate. This is the best fit. Finally, let's look at option D. Accidental. An accidental response would mean there is no biological pattern. However, the text says we are biologically predisposed to these sounds, so eliminate this. Therefore, the correct answer is option C, because inborn accurately reflects the biological and natural origin of the musical response described in the passage. According to paragraph 2, how do composers create emotional tension in the listener? This question asks, how composers create emotional tension. We need to find the specific technique mentioned in paragraph 2 that leads to this effect. Now, keeping this in mind, let's evaluate our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. By delaying a resolution or introducing unexpected chords. This option uses the exact phrasing from the text, delaying a resolution. The passage states this skillfully delays the listener's expectations to create tension. This is a perfect match. Now, let's examine option B. By using only high-frequency notes in every composition. The text does not mention high-frequency notes as a way to create tension. It focuses on rhythm, tempo, and harmony instead. Eliminate this. Here's option C. Let's break it down. By matching the rhythm exactly to a human heartbeat. While rhythms are discussed, the author never says they must match the human heartbeat to create tension. This is an outside idea not in the text, so eliminate it. Finally, let's look at option D. By repeating a simple melody at the same tempo. The passage says tension comes from surprising elements. Therefore, repeating a simple melody would likely do the opposite of creating tension. Eliminate this. The correct answer to this question is option A, since it directly mirrors the passage's description of how composers manipulate listener expectations to build emotional intensity. The passage mentions all of the following as effects of music except. This is an except question. We need to identify which of the 4 options is not mentioned as an effect of music in the passage. Now, keeping this in mind, let's evaluate our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. The release of dopamine to trigger emotional responses. The release of dopamine is explicitly mentioned in paragraph 1 as a way music triggers emotional responses. Since this is in the text, it is not our answer. Now, let's examine option B. The consistent use of only the auditory cortex for processing. Option B says music uses only the auditory cortex. However, the text says it engages both the auditory cortex and the limbic system. This makes option B incorrect and thus the correct answer for an except question. Here's option C. Let's break it down. The synchronization of movements to foster social bonding. Paragraph 3 clearly states that music helps foster social bonding through synchronization. Since this is mentioned, we must eliminate it. Finally, let's look at option D. Activation of the reward centers in the human brain. The passage mentions the activation of reward centers in the brain, comparing music to food. Because this is present in the text, it is not the answer to our except question. Therefore, the correct answer is option B, because it incorrectly limits the brain's involvement to a single area, whereas the passage describes a more complex interaction. What is the relationship between paragraph 2 and paragraph 3? This question asks for the relationship between paragraph 2 and paragraph 3. We need to see how the topic shifts between these 2 sections. Now, keeping this in mind, let's evaluate our options. Let's take a closer look at option A. Paragraph 2 focuses on history, while paragraph 3 focuses on modern technology. Option A claims paragraph 2 is about history, and paragraph 3 is about modern technology. Neither of these labels accurately describes the paragraph's focus. Eliminate this. Now let's examine option B. Paragraph 3 provides evidence that the theories in paragraph 2 are impossible. Paragraph 3 does not try to prove paragraph 2 impossible. In fact, both paragraphs support the idea that music is important to humans. Eliminate this. Here's option C. Let's break it down. Paragraph 2 provides a problem, and paragraph 3 offers a chemical solution. Paragraph 2 does not present a problem, and paragraph 3 is about social bonding, not a chemical solution. This is a misinterpretation, so eliminate it. Finally, let's look at option D. Paragraph 2 describes individual effects, while paragraph 3 discusses social roles. This is correct. Paragraph 2 describes individual effects like personal emotional tension, while paragraph 3 discusses social roles like community cohesion. This captures the transition perfectly. The correct answer to this question is option D, since it accurately identifies the shift from the internal psychological experience of music to its external social functions. Excellent work on this passage. Always remember to trace the logical flow between paragraphs, as relationship questions are very common in the reading section. Pay close attention to transition words like however or beyond to see how the author is building their argument. Keep practicing these active reading strategies, and you'll see your score improve steadily.